It's been a while since I did a little news update, but Australia, the vote is in on same-sex marriage, whatever that might mean. But it won, and they won by, let's see, it says marriage equality bill to be introduced to Parliament after a 61.6% of Australians vote yes, as though it's not going to change anything in our lives. Well, it will. And then another top story, a smear campaign against Keneally is a risky move. Now, that was written by Dempster, let's see, what's his name? Quentin Dempster, used to be with the ABC. He's as far to the left. He's a labor man that's a journalist, worked for the ABC. And this Keneally was born to an Australian mother and an American father. She renounced her American citizenship, well, I don't know, some time ago it says here. But anyway, she's running for federal parliament on the Labor Party. I think her degree is in gender studies, feminist studies. That tells you a little bit about it. Hillary Clinton could face Trump-inspired probe. They don't like Trump at all. They'd rather have Hillary. The White House staff are upstaging Melania Trump. Now, here in New South Wales, they're debating on assisted killing of people, assisted dying, euthanasia. Assisted dying could be too expensive for some experts say. That sounds interesting. Why U.S. Republicans are smashing coffee machines. My dear wife told me a little bit about that. Let's go to that and just see what it says. U.S. conservatives have smashed their coffee machines in protest after a manufacturer pulled advertising from a Fox News program, I think it was on Hannity. When the host appeared sympathetic to a Republican candidate, that's Moore, there in Alabama. These ladies are coming out after 40 years. Didn't seem to bother them. I don't know. It's a witch hunt. It's a typical, whatever the left is, the left and the right. There can't be anyone that just says, this is truth. This is false, this is truth, and we're going to go the way of truth. The Keurig Coffee Company withdrew its sponsorship of Sean Hannity's talk show on Saturday over his sympathetic coverage of Republican Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore, who's accused of sexually assaulting underage girls. And, no big deal. We were living in the States back when Bill Clinton was going to be the Democratic candidate. And, I mean, Jennifer Flowers, that guy is such a philanderer. And yet, no big deal. No big deal. Anyway, the boycott sparked an outrage from conservative viewers who smashed their Keurig brand pod machines, which retail and they give the prices. Hannity fans videoed themselves throwing machines, bashing them with tools, and even blowing them up with explosives. Well, good on you. And it shows pictures of people how they did in their coffee machines. My one daughter has one of these. 5 women have accused Mr. Moore, a former judge, of inappropriately touching them when they were teenagers, and he was in his 30s. So anyway, that's their big thing. And then they have Iran ends earthquake rescue after 450 are rescued or killed. And more top stories. Jewish Heritage could present headache for PM for Turnbull, who's now the Prime Minister. He's the one that stabbed Tony Abbott in the back. And over here, the columnists. Why this oft-heard claim by the banks is a myth. Time for Turnbull to stare down the hard right. This is Paul Bonjero. He's a liberal in the sense that he's a leftist labor man anyway. In America, the last taboo isn't sex, it's about guns. Ferguson report, Pauline Hanson's crush on Putin. Tim Ferguson. Never found him a real comedian. I guess he's a comedian, but seen him a couple of times. But Barbie unveils first ever doll wearing a hijab. Yeah, but that's a dandy. That'll go over like a lead balloon. Sydney Harbor ferry named Ferry McFerryface. Former NBN boss slams colossal mistake. Now, the NBN is supposed to be fast. We have it here at our place, and it depends on the day. It could take you just no longer than this little video will be. It could take me a couple hours to upload it so that you can enjoy hearing what I have to say. And that's the top stories. Let's see, what else do we have? Roy Moore scandal. Republicans bizarrely defend underage sex. Can you believe they'd say such a thing? And Q&A. Rock star scientist Brian Cox pokes fun at Malcolm Roberts. That's what you get when you read the New Daily. Bob Geldof, I think he's an unkept rock star, backs honor and protest over Aung San Suu Kyi. Who cares, right? Well, anyway, that's as much news as I'll give you today and bore you with, but I trust that you'll look up some of these. It's found on the newdaily.com.au. So have fun. Trust you if you're not conservative, I trust you'll become a conservative. If you're not a born-again Christian, read your Bible. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Have a good day.